As just a newborn, his parents left him in a dumpster. He had no name and grew up on the streets, with no one to raise him but himself. He never learned how to talk or how to understand speech. Around the age of 16, a seemingly kind scientist took him in. He didn't know what the man was going to do, but he had went his whole life without shelter, and he had just gotten his opportunity to find some. The scientist brought him in, but he didn't do anything good. The scientist started doing tests on him until he couldn't take it anymore. After a few weeks of unwanted blood tests and such, he had had enough. He began to get feisty. He would put up fights every time the scientist went to take his blood and be violent towards random objects for no reason. The scientist thought it was too dangerous to have him in his lab, but he couldn't just dump him back on the streets. So he decided to do the only thing left that could be done: the electric chair. The scientist locked him up, and he didn't like it. He didn't like it at all. The scientist finished tying him up and left the room. The scientist pulled the kill switch. After the execution was over, the scientist went back into the room to find that this hadn't killed the man. This had transformed him into some creature. The creature immediately lunged at him and killed him. The creature made a violent mess of the lab and now resides somewhere in the snowy mountains, waiting for hikers to come along and become its next victim.